All right, guys, another great day in the bag. I managed 11%. Now, this is the Dow Jones here. Really nice volume picking up, actually. Starting to flatline a little though. That's okay. That's not why we're here. We are here for the NAMO. We're gonna check it out because tech, as you know, is relatively lagging. Another day of no movement on the NAMO. It's been 3 days here. Now, have we had any movement on the NAMO or in tech? Yes, but not really. What do you mean? Well, Apple was grinding up, right? Nvidia, absolutely nothing. Meta had that open move. That trap spent all day in the IB session. The one we were messing with a little bit was Microsoft again off the lows, right? Why Microsoft? Well, here's the thing. You gotta ask yourself, what, and please let me know if you think of anything. What has changed on Microsoft between 555 and 498? I'll be waiting, right? What's changed? Well, absolutely nothing at all. So let's remember that Microsoft was the tool for no other reason than that's what they used to take us out of this April low. Remember, we spent a couple of weeks here shaking out anybody who's attempting leaps. We gapped up. See these candles? They're completely untradeable unless you're swinging a long position, but it's moving up so slowly that are you gonna make anything? Probably, if you're really far out and you knew to sell literally at open after earnings. So we've retraced here, right? Okay. Can they use it again? Yeah, absolutely. Putting in the first green bar there on the squeeze. I really wanted to talk about Apple today, though. It spent April, May, June, and July in the same range, doing absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden, on nothing, basically them giving thumbs up to the administration that they'll share your data. It's up. Okay, so can Apple get back to 260? Yes. Would I be surprised if this is a big cup pullback and the handle comes wrapped in Christmas paper? Not at all. Not at all. I think that is exactly what's going to happen. So, tech. We had been for a few days now kind of unorthodox for myself, if you will. I had built a pretty strong swing position on big on QQQ4 today. I was in the 570s. I think we started on it on Monday or Tuesday. Nevertheless, sold all of it today. Paid between 40 and 45%. That's when I was scaling out, maybe at 50. So that was nice. That was a huge trade. Another one we sold today. And why did we do that? And this is just an absolutely epic trade, in my opinion. First of all, those of you who've been on the train for a while know I never trade Netflix. Okay, I just don't. But I had put in my market analysis on Saturday that it had an unprecedented 3 inside days, right? So I identified the pattern, boom, boom, boom. Bought it on Monday, and remember, it ripped all the way up to 135. Sold the 50s, the 40s, and the 30s. But I've been nursing those 1205s. So today I was looking at the premium chart, and I identified that based on the premium curve on Robinhood on the app, this is where the price would max out. So I didn't sell here, but upon the second rejection I sold, and I'm happy I did that. Now, if tomorrow is a rippy, and I mean like a face melter, it was working on a triple inside day for a while. It obviously cracked above that. This could still go. They can, if they choose to squeeze this tomorrow, they squeeze it. But again, this is a perfect tech name for next week. Do know premiums are absolutely insane, but again here, we keep talking about anywhere from September 8th to 9/11. That's gonna be the top, right? And this guy's Gann window manages to end on September 10th. Now, when I mean top, I mean, look, I'll talk about it more in the market analysis on Saturday. Check it out, but there's heavy rotation, right? They're gonna bring this market a little bit higher possibly, and then they're gonna rotate again. We got the rebalancing happening after hours tomorrow. You have core PCE pre-market. We'll get into that in a second. But I'm looking for a rotation into tech, because tech's gonna take us higher at the end of the year, regardless. Same thing here, just as an example. Ask yourself, what has changed over at Meta from when we had the 705 calls? What has changed from 784 till here? Well, we know that they're building massive data centers. It's not for Facebook, so what's it for and why, right? Just triggered a daily buy signal there. Daily toes turning. A lot of these tech names though, someone could consider this a bear flag. Could be. Same thing on Palantir. Is this merely a bear flag? Could be. That's an attempt at a hammer candle. So is that. We haven't gone and filled this week. So this either result, if core PC is shit tomorrow, you're going to see a lot of these tech names do the H pattern here. Okay, what do you mean H pattern? It's a very bearish pattern. It's an H pattern. Boom. Okay, and then you start buying the dip, right? Or core PCE, because it's data, just has the possibility to send these higher. Okay, now we've talked a lot about the trend line on SPX, right? This one. Now, whenever you draw trend lines on TradingView, let's say, they do differ a little bit when you change time frame, but it's somewhere here. And this is the trend line that goes all the way back down to not the April low, but the October 23 low, right? So that's a major trend line. That's like huge. But and it is very interesting that this trend line is where it's at right now, because IVV, which is Vanguard's SPX ETF, this is its August low, I mean April low trend line. There you started. We have not gotten above it yet. And I sometimes pull this up because no one trades it, no one charts it, but it is Vanguard's own SPY, right? And I want to point this out to you, this first MACD green bar, and also a double bottom on the MACD. Look at this shit. This could send this. So is there a possibility we'll go to 652, which is a phantom? Yes. Is there a possibility we go to 658, which is a phantom? Could we even go to 670 before a pullback? Yes, it is technically possible. Do I think we still have $20 more here? Not necessarily, unless you get good data now and then extra data in September, right? But anyways, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll dig into that deep this Saturday for the market analysis, so make sure to check it out. But what am I looking at tomorrow? Well, first of all, it's a early, let me go to the full moon circle here and check it out. It's a early high tomorrow. We closed at all-time highs. Yeah, usually I would have loved it to close there, but you got a MOC buy, which is good. and then you had a wall into the close. So usually these type of closes gap up. And if we gap up, I would think this grinds all the way till Tuesday, because it's the next hourly Gann window. And if it's a drop, it'll drop until Tuesday. So this is our marker here. In case that moves, I'm just gonna mark it right now. Right there, pre-market Tuesday, okay? Like, meaning, let's say this window is up, I would say you do have a pullback next week, and then you go again, okay? Because this is why Tuesday? Well, Monday is closed, right? So if you drop tomorrow out of the gate, you probably drop until we open on Tuesday. And if it's bullish, you probably grind higher, right? And if we are to grind up into 911, which is the premises here, you need to, on dips, like we did here and here, you need to long in the money as far out as you can afford, because unless you're a sniper, which I like doing, I did it 3 times today on SPX, posted all in the chat, but for instance today I played this move. Remember, I sold right there, then I rebought 5 minutes early, but I'm glad I did, and I caught this move, right? And then I think I played this move too, yeah. So that was over 200% on them, but nevertheless very, very choppy, and obviously SPX, depending upon your budget, is what it is. But tomorrow, if it's a bullish day, I'm waiting on more money to go into tech. Maybe JPM drops. If we catch another crazy drop on it, like a few Fridays ago, I will buy it. Remember, was it? Yeah, this one. Remember, that was a 500% bounce back. So JPM 0.04. I still haven't had time to look at the premiums. I will do it tomorrow, depending on open. Now, the VIX here, I don't know what exactly the plan for it is, but it is in our box. Meanwhile, somehow again, the VIX 1D managed to creep up. So I'm really monitoring this. This is very, very interesting to me. And again, just a reminder, full moon on September 7th, okay? But anyways, plan for tomorrow. Well, kind of looking for the usual suspects to see if I can catch a Friday move with cheap weeklies. One would be Tesla. Right now it's giving me Head and Shoulders vibes. But if they want to move it, maybe there's a move to fill this half moon here to 350. Affirm had banger earnings. That would have been fun, just like snow yesterday, but like what a crazy move. So I imagine UPST gets to that 76 that we've chased for a while. It had the big move today. So looking at Tesla, looking at Meta, looking at Microsoft, and then I imagine that the premiums for, let's say, the 1240s at some point tomorrow on Netflix are gonna be cheap. As far as SPY, you know that I'm in some 652s, I believe they are. I bought them today at lower day. Looking to sell at open if we gap up. The same thing with QQQ, looking to sell at open these if we gap up. Maybe hold runners. If Core PC is shit, we got to determine live if we buy the dip or if we let it sell into Tuesday. And if it's a big sell, I would start looking to load next week. I have it marked here at 642.50 because we have a ghost candle down there. It is not filled, so maybe tomorrow we start the decline. Obviously, if that Core PC comes in extra hot, that's where you're gonna open. But that's, if you're new to the trend, that's why we're always 90% cash minimum overnight. let's quickly take a look to see if we got any prints. Didn't pick up any prints here, which is interesting. And let's just see if there's any gamma change to tomorrow. And again, if you're new, I trade a lot by gamma. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of August trading wise. We closed right there. There's a chance that we could, ooh, that now you got my interest peaked right there. Obviously if we gap down, that's gonna be 645 is gonna be a level, and then yeah, that down there. But this is interesting to me. Oh, that thing comes in cool, boy oh boy. Anyways guys, great day today, and be careful tomorrow because you don't want to go into the weekend with losses. All right guys, God bless.